Look now at the Summarise question. So this is question A7 from Unit 3, the Beaches paper, November 2018. And it's a pretty good example of the Summarise question. So the first thing to note, really important, is that when you get the Summarise question, you need to make a note to yourself that you need to be writing in your own words. Okay. And what you also need to be really careful of with this particular question is the word why. Okay, so what often happens with this particular question is that word why is not really fully addressed, and what you need to be able to talk about is because. So you need reasons. Excuse me. So you need reasons why Barafundle Bay got such a high rating, why it was seen as such a good beach, one of the best in the world. And if you don't address those reasons, as we'll see in a minute, you can lose marks, you can waste a lot of time. So we're looking at text C. Let's have a look at what that actually looks like. And we're looking for reasons that Barafundle Bay is such a good beach. So as per usual, what we're doing is we're reading through with a highlighter in our hand, and we're looking for reasons why Barafundle is so good. So a bit of a trap that is easy to fall into is seeing that Barafundle has been named one of the best beaches in the world. So that first line seems relevant to the question, but it doesn't answer the question. It doesn't tell you why it's been named one of the best beaches in the world, purely that it has been named. So we haven't got any reasons just yet. We still don't have any reasons why Barafundle is seen as so special. We still don't have any reasons why Barafundle is so special, or why it's alongside beaches in Hawaii, Greece, Mexico and Tahiti. And lots of answers to this question see this as a reason why it's so special. It's really not. We start to get the reasons why it's so special here. And one thing that we might want to talk about is the fact it's hidden away. So let's just highlight that. So one thing that's very special about it is it's hidden away. Then we get some of the other nice details. It's backed by sand dunes and pine trees. So another reason why it's so special, why it's so good. Immaculate golden sands. Clearly we've got other reasons, another kind of attraction to it. Clear waters. And notice here it's a good idea to kind of keep them separate. So if you chose to use golden sands and clear waters as just a single piece of highlighting, you're potentially missing out on one of the separate 5 things you could talk about. So golden sands is one thing, clear waters is another. We've already got 1, 2, 3, 4. We only really need one more. So let's have a look at what is said here. Process of arriving there is a revelation. Rolling countryside becomes more dramatic. Sheer and craggy cliffs dropping precipitously to the sea. Now you might want to talk about that, but the word precipitously is quite tricky. If you don't know what that means, it doesn't really help you. Here we've got the luxuriant curve of sand. Well, we had up here immaculate golden sand, so nothing new yet. Unspoilt dunes. Okay, well, that's the sand dunes that were up here. Private and peaceful. Well, that links to hidden away. The waves crash against the smooth sand. Okay, so we've got our 4. It's a 5-mark question, so we're looking for one more. Let's make a start at writing it up, and we'll see how we turn 4 into 5. So, what we also need to do, besides being in our own words, it also needs to be in full sentences. So with a summarise question, what we're trying to do is to get a mark for each sentence we write. So the first thing we're told is that Barafundle is special because it's hidden away. We're not allowed to use the word hidden away. And we can't really use private or peaceful. So a similar word, I'm going to use the word remote. So the first reason why Barafundle is so special is because it is remote, and I'm really tempted to use the word hidden away, but I don't really want to, and can't use the word private. So this is the tricky part of the summary question, and difficult to access, which makes it feel, I've got the word exclusive, another word for special. Okay, so notice that I've used my annotations to actually help me write the start of my answer. I should get a mark for that sentence. So now with the summary question, I'm going to leave a bit of space for my second sentence so I can keep track of how many marks I think I've got. So after hidden away, we've got the sand dunes and the pine trees. Now, as I said down here, it might be a good idea to actually separate those out. So I'm going to talk about the sand dunes, which here are talked about as being unspoilt. So my next sentence is going to be the sand dunes. It is surrounded by... Now, I know it has to be my own words, but it's going to be very difficult not to mention the word sand or the word dunes. So, you know, that's okay. It's surrounded by dunes, which adds to the sense of... Now, I think I can use the word privacy. Yeah, we've got private here. That's the sense of privacy, and also to the beauty of the spot. So that's the dunes. Now I'm going to mention pine trees. So here I'm working quite hard to get the 5 separate marks. It is also located in the middle of a pine forest, which makes you feel close to nature. Okay, so I've taken the word pine, changed the word trees, and made sure that I try and get a mark for that. All right, now it starts to get a bit easier again because we separated out golden sands and clear waters. So the final 2 marks should be fairly straightforward. So the beach itself is made up of fine, I don't want to really use the word golden, fine yellow sand. Okay, it's not poetry, yeah, but I'm making sure I get the mark. In addition, the water is clean, and so we've got clear here. So, in addition, the water is clean, and in fact, I'm just going to leave it there. So the hard work is in making the separate points. So here it looked like we've got 4, but we turned it into 5 by separating these two aspects here. That was tricky. And then the second bit is finding your own words. So finding synonyms, just taking care to avoid borrowing too many from the text itself, but the occasional one like pine, obviously water, dunes. It's impossible to find synonyms for those easily, but it's your explanation of the reasons that needs to be very much in your own words. Okay.